While learning to manage and heal anxiety can be complex, I'm going to break it down into 3 main points for this video. This process is going to be unique for every individual just because our life experiences, our genetics, our family history are all going to be unique. But there are a few common aspects throughout these different factors that can really help us to manage and heal our anxiety, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Hey there, my name is Katie. I'm a licensed anxiety therapist on a mission to help you cultivate peace, presence, and confidence through evidence-based education as well as some meditation practices. A little caveat for this video, and really with all other videos that I post on this channel, this information is never meant to replace clinical diagnosis or any type of mental health treatment. Every video on this channel is meant to be educational, and with that you might want to grab something to take notes with for this one. So in order to manage and heal our anxiety, we need to first create safety in the mind and the body. This is something that is known as relaxation training. 2, we need to be able to reteach the brain what is considered safe. This is something known as exposure therapy. And 3, it's really helpful to understand how our thoughts, emotions, beliefs, etc. are really impacting and maybe even perpetuating the anxiety that we experience or our perfectionistic tendencies. Let's just dive right into the first one. As I've talked about in many of the other educational style videos on this channel, anxiety is our body's innate protective mechanism. It's not something that we can get rid of. If your brain and your body feel unsafe in any way, you are going to experience anxiety at some level. This means that in order to decrease the daily anxiety that we do experience, we're gonna have to intentionally cultivate safety for the mind and the body. Honestly, it may take some time to figure out what safety really means for you, especially if maybe it's been a minute since you have felt safe or calm or relaxed in any way, or if there's been a history of trauma for you. Just know that it's okay to not have all the answers right now. Even though it's totally human nature to want that quick fix, it is normal for it to just take some time to figure out what's going to be best for you. Reflecting on life experiences that did lead you to feel safe or calm or connected to others is a great place to begin when you're thinking about scheduling in some of these activities to create safety for yourself. It can be helpful too to just create a list of everything that you know or can think of that has led to those feelings of safety in your life. It could be things that you have experienced in the past that you've engaged in before that led to those feelings of safety, or it could be things that you've just wanted to try that maybe have been beneficial for a friend of yours. Then as you look at your daily or your weekly schedule, when you notice there to be some free time or some gaps in time for you, that's where we can really implement some of these types of activities to cultivate those feelings of relaxation and safety. You can add those into any type of routine that you already have in place, or you can just kind of implement them wherever you feel would be best. And just remember that it is absolutely okay if you miss days here or there. This is not at all about being rigid or perfectionistic. We're just trying to cultivate a little bit of safety for the mind and the body so it has space to calm down and decrease that anxiety for you. Because ultimately, it really is only when our brain and our body feel safe that we can actually start to experience relief on a daily basis. I am going to take a few minutes of this video to lead you guys through a bit of a reflection exercise just to help you kind of identify what some of these safety creating activities might be for you. So if you are not interested in that, just skip on through. For this reflection, we're just going to take a few moments to think about times in your life when you did feel safe, or maybe when you felt connected to others, times where you felt relaxed, maybe peaceful, content, times when you've enjoyed yourself. So as we get started here, just go ahead and close your eyes and give yourself a couple of deep breaths. And just take our time here. There is really no need to rush. As you take these deep breaths, allow any memories to surface as you reflect on these times where you did feel safe, connected, peaceful, and relaxed. And as you do so, as you allow these memories to surface, just make note of what does safe feel like in your body. When you did feel safe, what type of environment were you in? Were you alone? Were you with others? What were you doing when you did feel safe? Just continue to allow any and all memories arise. No detail is too small here. Then as we come back together, take a moment, you can pause this video if you like, and just jot down a few notes. The second aspect to healing and managing our anxiety is to reteach our brain what is considered safe. This is a practice known as exposure therapy. In general, what we're doing is rewiring our brain. Every single experience that you go through in your life is categorized by our brain as either safe or dangerous. If your brain puts an experience into that dangerous category, it's not just the trigger or the threat itself that goes into our kind of organization system in our brain. Our body would very much rather be safe than sorry. And so when something goes into that dangerous category, it's going to take a very large snapshot of the entire experience. No detail is left out here. It does this so it has some data to go off of for future experiences. And this is why we can experience anxiety kind of out of the blue. Like, we don't really know why we're experiencing anxiety, but it's probably because in a past situation, there was something going on that is similar to the current environment that is triggering for your brain. It's just trying to keep you safe. This is why sounds, smells, environments, things that are generally considered safe can become triggering for us. When we identify that our brain has made a connection like this, that we're kind of going into that threat response when we are around something that is actually pretty safe for us, this is where we can do a lot of this work to reteach the brain that that thing, that neutral stimulus, is not necessarily dangerous. The third and final point that we're going to be talking about today that can be really beneficial for healing and managing the anxiety that we experience is to really understand how our thoughts, our beliefs, our perspectives, our expectations are contributing to the anxiety that we experience. Not only can anxiety be triggered by those external experiences, but they can also be triggered by internal experiences. And when I say internal experiences, what I am talking about is our thoughts, our emotions, our physical sensations. We can have these responses to these internal experiences that can lead to anxiety. Not only that, but how we respond to these internal experiences plays a huge role in impacting our mood and just what we think and believe about ourselves and others and relationships and just like the world in general. If we are automatically responding to any level of discomfort, whether it is internal or external or physical or mental or emotional, it does not matter. If we're responding to that discomfort with a thought of like, oh my gosh, I shouldn't be feeling this way, I shouldn't be experiencing it, why am I experiencing it, and so on, this can bring our body into a threat response. Our brain does not discriminate between actual imminent threats like a hungry mountain lion straight in front of us, or a perceived threat, something like a text message, or even just thinking about a text message that could be leading to some type of social rejection. If we are internally responding to something as if it's dangerous for us, our brain is going to run with it and it's going to bring us into a state of anxiety. So if we can raise our awareness of what's going on within these internal experiences, what we're thinking, what we're feeling, what our expectations are, and how we're responding to them, this can go a long way in helping us to understand these connections between these responses that we have, the anxiety that we feel, and we can start to change our relationship to these internal experiences. This practice can go a long way in helping us to decrease our daily anxiety. If you want to do a little bit more digging or work around this awareness piece, go ahead and check out mindfulness and building those types of like mindful awareness skills, as well as acceptance and commitment therapy skills. Both of these working together can play a really big role in helping us change our relationship to our thoughts and our emotions and all that good stuff. Alrighty, that is all I have for you guys today. I hope that this video was helpful for you. If it has been, let me know by hitting that like button, and I would love to hear your thoughts on this topic down in the comments. And until next time, take care.